Something like that.
Something like that.
Dude, this whole thing's annoying. Like, do you ever like wake up and you're like, damn, I was really hoping that this whole COVID-19 was just a bad dream.
In a way, yeah.
Nope, I haven't thought that yet.
In a way, yeah, because it's like I do miss going into the office, kind of.
Yeah. I've been going into the office.
Yeah, have you been?
Yeah, the freaking the remote access is so slow. I just can't do it.
That's good. Well, then what else is different in your life?
What do you mean?
Like you want to wake up and wish this whole coronavirus, like COVID thing was gone, or just like a bad dream. Like what's different now?
There's a lot different. I mean, I'm going into an empty office, first of all, so I'm not interacting.
That's kind of nice.
Huh?
That's kind of nice. I mean, I went into the office like twice this week. It's like kind of nice just having an empty office. I wish some people were there to have like some interactions with, but
yeah. There's like two people that go in too, but and I usually will chat with them, but it goes beyond that. I mean, there's still like I like going to the gym. You know, this shit's not the same.
Yeah.
And then like if I want to go somewhere to go grab some food, I don't even have that option now.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you just like I won't ever get to see you guys or anything like that, or I don't get to see Dama. I see her once a week, and even then it's like, you know, under lock and key type thing where you're just like trapped indoors for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just curious what's different between your life now if you're like still going into the office, but yeah, like the gym's being closed, it's tough.
Yeah, I just like being out and about. I don't like being stuck inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, sound like you're okay with things.
Yeah, I mean, it's been fine with me. It's like I get to work from home. My internet's been decent. I mean, Spectrum's kind of having some hiccups lately, so it's been shitty. But besides that, yeah, it's like working from home's nice. Like I have a little home gym so I can work out. Plus, I have tons of projects that I have to do around the house, so it's like I'm staying busy with that. And Sarah and I aren't driving each other crazy. We're just playing a bunch of like board games and stuff. Been playing a lot of Call of Duty lately.
Mostly Brandon's life is mostly centered outside of his house, and that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, like, you know, I miss sports big time too.
Yeah. Well, sports will come back before we're allowed to go out of the house.
Well, sports, I feel like is the only time I'm good with being inside because I'm like, oh, well, I'm gonna watch a game. So
it sounds like they're making some strides to get them up and running again.
We could talk about that on the pod or whatever. Baseball, I saw
put that in after. Put it in after some NFL news.
Mm-hmm. We got the schedule release, and what else are we talking about?
That's kind of really it. Like the schedule release, some Andy Dalton stuff. I was going to bring up that Earl Thomas story. I don't know if you guys heard about that. Talk about that a little bit.
His girlfriend held him at gunpoint, right? Is that it?
Something like that, yeah. Then baseball, we could talk about coming back. Their plan to come back, everything.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a proposal that they're still gonna. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It'll be kind of light.
There's supposed to be 17 games in the season this year too.
No, it's next year.
Oh, it was next year? I thought it was this year.
Yeah, I read this
originally. I thought the CBA was like originally supposed to be this year, but because it wasn't unanimous at first, then they delayed it. It was like then next 2021 season. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, I could have sworn it was for
this season.
This year. Yeah. But who knows?
Yeah.
I think it originally was, and then they changed it. I'm guessing maybe this whole thing kind of spooked them, and it's the smart thing to do anyways. Because if you're going to condense anything, you can condense preseason, but you can't condense, or you don't want to condense the regular season just from a financial perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and like they're in a unique situation too, because unlike everybody else who got all this brought on either during the season or right before the season started, it was like they have so much time to prepare.
Yeah. No, yeah, everyone's going to be looking to them, but they also, I think there's going to be resolution before anything gets serious for football.
I hope you're right.
I feel like it's going to be baseball first. I don't know. I have a weird feeling it's going to be the first one to crack, but I could be wrong.
I think for games, yeah, it'll be baseball. But I think the important part is, I think the off season for the NFL is probably like the most important for any sport. So it's like for them to cut into that, I feel like that's going to be the delay.
For NFL?
Yeah.
No, I was thinking like NBA versus baseball. So like NBA, everyone's touching the ball and stuff, and in baseball it's not that physical where they could get away with doing like some weird like mask thing or some shit. I don't know. Like if they needed to. Like you see these guys up at the plate with like a mask or some shit. I don't know. They're not gonna be having
they re-stimulate the economy because they hire like sanitized runners for every player. Like after every play, they have to run out and give them a squirt.
Basically, it's gonna be like the replacing the Gatorade bottle. It's like brought to you by Lysol.
It's gonna be a dude in a hazmat suit changing out the rosin bag every inning.
Yeah. There's just so much that goes into it. It's crazy.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, let's just do it. What's up, everybody? We are the Three Amigos and a Podcast, coming back with another episode. How you guys doing?
Good, man.
All right.
Doing good.
I'm dying right now. It's so hot.
We haven't talked about the episode number in a long time. I just realized.
Well,
I'm really good with. I'm really happy with the restraint.
So this is total episode. This is going to be episode 98. So we're 3 weeks away from our 100 and 5 weeks away from our 2 years. So yeah, I didn't want to bring it up because it just gets sad with all this added on top of it of like we're going to do our 100th remotely. We got to meet up at least.
The 100th, we don't really. I feel like the 2 year we might be in luck. Like I feel like maybe around that time they might like open up Ballast Point or something like that, and then we could do like a small gathering or something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to be optimistic here. We'll see.
Yeah, that's for sure. I hope so. But yeah, we're getting close to that 100th episode.
You're about the only positive person out there left, Brandon. I appreciate you.
I'm trying to will it into existence at this point. I'm so done with this whole thing. It's where I have my ups and downs with it where I'm like, all right, I'm cool with it. Right now I'm at that point where I'm like, all right, I'm done with this thing.
Well, if you need to come over and squat, I got my squat rack coming in tomorrow.
Nice.
Very nice.
Let's see. Is that one you ordered, or is that the one you bought off that guy?
No, I ordered this one. Brand new.
Nice. So you just bought weights off that other dude?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. The weights are so expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty excited. I got a lot of shit. I got one of those like landmine attachments to where you like plug the bar into the ground.
Yeah.
So then you can do like bent over rows and stuff with it. Got one of those on the way. I bought a pulley system, so it's like the thing you use for like tricep pull downs. It's basically just detached from a machine, so I can hang it up on my pull-up bar and I can do like tricep pull downs, and it attaches what do you call it? Plates, so I can attach all my like plate loads to it.
Nice.
So I'll be able to do some lat pull downs with that when I get those attachments in. Be a pretty good setup. Be able to do a little bit of everything.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
The way to do.
Cool.
How about you, Dean? You make any improvements to your gym?
I got
I put it outside.
I do put it outside. I move it inside and out depending on how hot it is. But I got some more weights
or like benches or what are you talking about?
No, it's a mobile like rack and bench. So or it's like movable. It's not that heavy. So if it's like too hot outside, I'll just work out inside. But if it's nice and breezy, I'll move it outside and just do like bench or squat or deadlifts, whatever. Just moving it in and out.
That's a total nice. Dean move right there.
Just depending on what I'm feeling, dude. Let's go outside. Let's go inside.
He's all about the little small details like that.
Yeah.
Nah, hell no, I ain't lifting in the heat. Nah, I'm bringing that shit inside. No, it's too hot inside. I gotta take it outside.
Mm-hmm. Nice breeze today. I'm going outside. Yeah, but that's been going good. I bought a golf simulator, so I was messing with that today. That was pretty fun. I only played like 6 holes because then I had to go. We picked up Dirty Birds for dinner tonight. That was delicious. Right. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like this little sensor that has a clip and you attach it onto the club, and then when you swing, there's a software on your computer that tracks the swing, and you watch the ball fly down the fairway. It's pretty cool. So okay. I'll do that now to keep me entertained.
That sounds like a broken TV waiting to happen.
No, I got it outside here. I think I got a picture. I'll show you guys. I was going to take you on like a virtual tour out there, but that's too much work with like my computer and stuff. So, you can see that?
Nice.
Not really. It's kind of blurry.
I can see it. It's blurry, but I can still see it.
Yeah.
Well, but do you have to bring your TV outside?
No, it's just on my laptop. So I just stand my laptop on like a little stand and just watch it from there. I could hook it up to a TV if I wanted to, but yeah, I don't have a TV outside, so that's too much work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been dying in this heat wave though lately. These past couple days, man, I'm burning up.
Get air conditioning.
I know, but I don't like air conditioning.
Why? 'Cause it's expensive?
Well, 1, it's expensive, and 2, I don't know. I just don't like air conditioning. Even in the car, I drive with the windows down. I don't like.
Is it like
turn the air on?
Is it like a global warming type thing, or is it like?
I don't know. I just don't like it. It's just not. I don't know. I can't explain it to you. I don't know.
Doesn't like it. Everyone else is like, I'm doing it because it's bad for the environment or it's expensive. Those are like the 2 main reasons to hate on it. Like,
even if it's too expensive, you're dying of heat, then just turn the air on for a little bit, get some cool air running.
Yeah.
I just take my clothes off. It's easy enough.
Well, you could take your clothes off and put the AC on, and then there you go. You're golden.
That's wild.
It's just too wild for you.
Yeah.
Take a cold bath.
I have been taking a couple baths. It's nice.
All right. You got your hot tub up and running just in time for this heat wave.
That's right. Oh, man. But yeah, have you guys done anything fun since last week? Anything different in your normal daily routine?
Maybe.
What do you got, Ray?
I went over to your house.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah, that's right. You came over. That's right. For my dad's.
Is that when you were doing the garage? You were doing a garage cleaning, right? Was that Dean's house or?
No, fuck that. That was my place.
Yeah.
I'm not cleaning Dean's garage.
I don't know. I thought for a second you were.
I got my own fucking garage to clean. No, we went over to Julian Rallo's for Rallo's birthday.
Nice.
Yeah. I brought Jax over. It was fun. We were only there for like a few hours.
You guys eat anything good, or you guys cook anything, or?
Yeah, Felipe's.
Felipe's? I never even had Felipe's.
What? What did you just say?
I said I've never had Felipe's.
How are you just saying this now? We've brought up Felipe so many times.
I don't think
Ryan,
Ryan, Felipe's my favorite pizza.
We've talked about it
for sure. Talked about this before. Yes, we've absolutely talked
about it on the podcast. It was the time when you were saying that you were talking about the cauliflower pizza. You're like, "Oh, it's so good," blah 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 blah, and we were like, "Have you had Felipe's?" And
we
that was the time.
Should have.
I was saying, yeah, whatever.
I can't believe you've never had it. I mean,
perplexed.
I'm not upset. I'm mostly just surprised. Well, that's the thing. Is like Felipe's is a San Diego chain now, so like you have to go to the one on Convoy in Kearny Mesa.
Do you know
where?
Like
the one in PB sucks. Shogun.
Yeah. Do you know where Shogun is? And then there's like that steakhouse, the Butcher Box or whatever.
Butcher Shop.
Butcher Shop. Yeah, it's right next to there.
I went there once at work, and I'm like, yeah, I'm never coming here again.
We went there for my birthday last year. It was okay. It wasn't great.
We were very disappointed. Well, the funny thing is the person who recommended that place to us was they're like a meat fanatic. They like love meat. So I'm like, all right, this place has got to be really good then. And then it looked kind of divey, and I'm like, all right, maybe it's really good because it kind of looks like a little dive spot. And then we ate there, and I was like, man, I'm really disappointed in this place.
Yeah, it's ours smelled like an ashtray. It was funny because like we went there for my birthday, and my mom pulled up, and it smelled like cigarette smoke, and I was like, Mom, are you smoking? Like, what the fuck are you, like, what's going on? She was like, no, I was just walking by these guys that were smoking it up, and I was like, yeah, sure. And then like a few minutes later, it was like, oh my God, like, yeah, it smelled pretty good.
Yeah.
It wasn't my favorite. It was not one of those I'll be going back to.
Yeah, that's like you learn your lesson. You're like, nah, there's better options out there.
Jax, what do you want, bud?
It wasn't like spit out your food bad, but it was good. I mean, it was like
decent.
Yeah,
it's
it
just
like,
not. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, I can go to so many other better places.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. But yeah, Felipe's is over there. You should definitely try it.
You should definitely get it.
It's not normal pizza. It's not like, you know how there's deep dish pizza, or like I call fake deep dish because it's really not like deep dish. And it's not
Chicago style, or what are you talking about?
Well, because even like you know, like Chicago style is supposed to be like deep dish, but then there's like basically pan cooked pizza, which is like gets kind of named as deep dish, but it's not.
Yeah, it's just
like
really
BJ is not like deep dish pizza, but it's like pan cooked pizza.
Yeah.
There's more bread in it.
Yeah, they do that to, I think, cook it evenly throughout, probably easier, I think, right?
Yeah, we're like deep dish is like a pizza lasagna. It's like layered, and then it's got like thinner crust, but it's crispy crust.
Is it like Brooklyn style?
Felipe is like, imagine you take like a pretty thick slab of dough, and like this is your slab of dough, and then they just put this much cheese on it.
Holy shit!
But it cooks.
Well, I mean, you're getting those are like huge proportions. It's
Dude,
like,
have you seen them put it in the oven?
No. Oh, so you were saying, but okay, beforehand. After the fact, it all like cooks down.
It flattens out, yeah. But like when they put it in the oven, it's piled on, and then all the meat and toppings are put underneath it, and as well on top. So it's like loaded with pepperoni and sausage and all that stuff. But it's got it's like probably like a even split between like cheese and bread. So it's not thin crust by any means, but it balances out because it has a ton of cheese and a ton of bread.
Nice.
It's pretty bomb.
It's good pizza.
Next time we can all get together, I'll bring over Felipe's.
Yeah, the Dirty Birds is a good find, man. That's ever since you said Dirty Birds, I'm like, yeah, that's the wing spot. Like you want wings?
Got my stamp of approval now. Yes.
Yeah, that one's got
the.
I think I 100% agreement. That's the best wings in San Diego.
I would love for somebody to like tell me like which wings are better so I could try them. Like I love trying new wings. Those ones that you had for the Super Bowl, the ones that you like a lot, like those are good too. I'm just not a fan of like the crispy wings. I like just regular old wings.
So you know another good wing place is a good wing place is it's called Spitz with a Z. Isn't
that where you got those wings at?
No, I got those from like Golden Castle down in Chula Vista or National City.
Yeah, those are good too.
Spitz is good. It's like right off Park.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I go back to eating meat, I'll have to try it.
Get those.
You're still on the Beyond meat?
Not strict, but like when I'm buying groceries and stuff, yeah, it's all plant-based. Like we had pizza, so I obviously ate pizza.
Nice.
Yeah. Like, I don't mind. Like I'm not gonna be that dickhead that's like at somebody else's house and being like, oh, I'm vegan. I don't eat like meat or like food that was produced in the same place as meat.
Yeah, I saw you're on either Instagram or was it Snapchat, one of those. You posted that pizza looked good.
Dude, it was good. I honestly used the dough from Trader Joe's. I used like regular old pizza sauce, and I used those meatless meatballs from Trader Joe's and the almond cheese from Trader Joe's. And the almond cheese was not bad. I was really concerned because every pizza, I told Dean, like all the vegan pizzas are kind of nasty because the cheese that they put on there kind of turns into like cream cheese and it's just nasty. The almond milk cheese did not do that. And then I chopped up some basil, threw it on there. It was really good.
Nice.
And then cooked it in the cast iron pan to get like that.
Yeah.
The pan crust pizza we were talking about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty damn good.
Very nice.
Ryan the chef over here.
Yeah.
Ryan.
You know what was really funny is you posted a pizza and I think James posted a pizza the same day. I thought that was really weird. I was like, wait, is Ryan and James hanging out together right now or what?
He sent me a message. I forgot to say something back to him though, but he was giving me props. I was like, thanks, man. A bunch of people like messaged Shaylee and they're like, oh my God, what's the recipe? And I was like, no fucking recipe. I bought all that shit from the store.
Yeah.
Put it all together.
Yeah.
You guys aren't making sourdough bread like the rest of the world?
I don't fucking understand that. I'm like, that's the last thing I need to be doing. It's like making bread right now. I'm like, what the fuck? I got enough carbs around me. Like, if there's one sure thing, it's like you can buy bread, like somebody else can make it. Like, I don't need to be fucking going out of my way and making focaccia bread. No.
Bread is like one of the things that is like, it costs more to make bread than to just buy it at the store.
You are absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Like to make bread at home costs so much money.
More bread. I'm like, why the fuck do you need more bread?
Yeah. It takes forever to eat a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
It's the people that are not working right now that have nothing going on. They're just like hanging out of their mind.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, we've been cooking a lot more. Like, I mean, we're trying to support our local places when we can, but mostly it's just when I started doing the plant-based stuff, I started cooking more.
It's just so easy to like whip stuff up. It's so much quicker because you don't gotta wait for like cook times with meat or chicken or whatever. It's like everything whips up really fast.
Like the other thing too is like expiration dates on plant-based products. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Oh yeah. I have these things forever.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, since we are a sports podcast, I have, before we really get into it, I have one question for you guys that I was thinking about earlier this week and I really couldn't come up with a solid answer. But like, if there was, which sport would be the funniest to watch if all the players had to be drunk?
Golf.
Golf? I don't know if, like, would that be funny though? Like, I was trying to think of one where it's like, you don't really want them to get hurt. You know what I mean? Like, football would be dangerous. Like,
Yeah,
football and hockey, that would be dangerous. Like, I wouldn't want to watch that.
Baseball wouldn't be fun to watch drunk either because people wouldn't throw strikes, and so it then just end up you watching like a bunch of people throw past balls and giggle about it.
Exactly, yeah. I was thinking like oh shit, it just skipped my mind again. Fuck. I can't, damn it, I forgot it now.
I really can't think of one that it would enhance the game, well, at least from a
like,
comedy
I feel like
Basketball
volleyball would be kind of funny.
Which one?
The only reason I say golf is like golf is already a sport where recreationally you can drink. So I'm imagining like players getting like professional players like drinking as they're going and just kind of talking shit to each other along the way.
Yeah, it'd make it a little bit like more entertaining.
Yeah, like the mic'd up, maybe.
I was gonna say it'd be like the more of like the mic'd up version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what would be the worst one? The worst one would be NASCAR.
Oh, God.
So that's illegal.
Yeah.
Like killing each other.
Just crashing everywhere.
No fucking thanks.
All right. Well, before we get into our sports news, don't forget we're sponsored by FNXFit.com. Use promo code 3amigos for 15% off and get some good stuff.
Yeah, they get some pretty cool hats and clothing on there too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You just bought some stuff, right?
Yeah, bought a new hat.
Nice. There you go. Oh, and they also came out with a line of CBD products. So if you guys want some good CBD stuff.
What was that coupon code again? No,
3 amigos, the number 3. Don't spell it out because that's too much.
Oh.
All right, NFL. We had Andy Dalton sign in with the Cowboys. I mean, I think it's a good sign. Dak is on his last year before his team option. Andy Dalton even answered the question of how people were calling the Bengals stupid for not trying to trade him first, and he said that every team knew that they were going to cut him if they couldn't trade him. So, I mean, it made sense after he came out and said it.
That's basically what it boils down to. I know we talked about this, how you guys were surprised that he wasn't traded. In the day and age that we live in now where contract negotiation is so public, there was no way a team was going to give up a draft pick for a player they knew they'd have the ability to sign after the draft. I think with Andy Dalton, I think he's a more viable option than a plethora of the other quarterbacks that already signed, i.e. your Marcus Mariotas that are out there. I think Dalton's got a lot left in the tank. I've always been not a big fan, but I've been a fan of what Andy Dalton can do. He's got an above 500 record. Obviously, he's never had a playoff win. But as far as a backup quarterback goes, I mean, I don't think there's a better option out there right now.
Yeah,
I'd rank him above Gardner Minshew. I think he's better than some of the starters out there currently. And if he's going to be your backup quarterback, and he's kind of essentially an insurance option in case Dak tries to hold out or there's some scenario where you're going to have to part ways with him at some point or whatever. They can get creative at this point because they have a viable option going forward, and pretty much the Cowboys are already in a position to be a playoff contender. So, I think it's
part of that too. Another part of that too, Brandon, like you're saying, Cowboys already have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. They have one of them, if not the best running back in the NFL. They have a top 10 wide receiver in Amari Cooper. what do they do in the draft? They go out there and sign, arguably the best receiver in the draft. So this is a team that's loaded with weapons, and it's only a good opportunity for Andy Dalton. I mean, worst case scenario for him, Dak Prescott signs his contract. He goes out there, he plays every single game, and Andy Dalton, retires as a backup quarterback in the NFL. But for the best case scenario, if Dak does, hold out, or if there's a contract negotiation issue, or if Dak gets hurt, he gets out to go out there and showcase his skills with one of the best offenses in the NFL. And I think when you're looking at staying in the NFL for a long time and earning your role, it's important that you look at what the team can offer you. I mean, we all can't be Ryan Fitzpatrick and go out there and turn crap into magic. It's not something that happens very frequently. So, the only thing that can happen for him is positive. And even if Dak doesn't, and Dak signs his contract and has a long, healthy career at the Cowboys, then Andy Dalton's going to serve as a backup for the rest of his career, and he's going to get to play longer.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it is a one-year deal with the Cowboys. So, I mean, we'll see where it goes from there. But you know what I mean? It's a good option to have in your back pocket regardless. So even if you reevaluate at the end of the year, or who knows what you're going to do, it's good. It's good to have a guy like Andy Dalton as your number two.
Worst case too. Let's say Dak does a fantastic job. You trade him at the deadline, maybe get a draft pick out of him or something. Because there could be a scenario where I'm trying to pull Teddy Bridgewater goes down, and they're still looking to contend, and they're in this position, and you're like, hey, we'll trade you Andy Dalton for a third rounder or fourth rounder or something like that, and there you go. You got
absolutely. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. Quarterbacks are currency in the NFL. If you have a viable option out there, I mean, there's only currency to be gained. You can't really lose off of a quarterback. If somebody wants him and he's on your roster, it's a gain for you. They have to give you more than what you put in, whether that's in draft picks or players. I mean, it's a move up, and that's one of the reasons backup quarterbacks sign not hefty contracts, but larger contracts than backup running backs do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know we didn't really have it on here, but two names that are still sitting out there: Cam Newton and Jameis Winston. Any news on them? Have you guys heard anything? I haven't heard anything of any teams. Oh, that's right. That's my fault. Cam Newton is the big one.
Yeah, Cam Newton, I heard, now open to being a backup, though. That's what I last heard.
He's now open or not open?
He is open now. He was originally putting his foot down, and now he's like, for the right team, he'd be willing to be a backup at this point.
Okay, I'll start with Teddy Bridgewater first. I think this was best case scenario for Teddy Bridgewater, unless he was going to sit back up to, Tom Brady and Tampa Bay. I think this is the best case scenario for him, and we saw how well it worked out for Teddy Bridgewater. And you go to a successful team, and you can learn behind a quarterback that has been there, that's done that, that's a future Hall of Famer. It's only going to teach this guy more. He's still young. I mean, we forget this dude came into the league, I think, when he was 21 years old. So he's 25 now, 26 years old. He's got plenty of, gas left in the tank if, he's the number one overall pick, like people, talent wise, that people thought he was going to be. So the opportunity for him to be able to go in there and learn from some of the best in the league, I mean, it's better than going to another team like the Jaguars and pushing for a starting spot where they're flipping through quarterbacks every other year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will say it's like that parallel to Teddy Bridgewater in the sense of like how Bridgewater got to learn under like Drew Brees and all that kind of stuff. He did have like a great opportunity, you know what I mean? Like to showcase his skills, he was surrounded by talent already on an amazing Saints team. So it's in that sense, if Cam can sign somewhere and be a backup to a team that has talent around him, then it'll make him look good. I don't know. I feel like it's all about opportunity. If he's a backup somewhere and he's given a shitty opportunity, you know what I mean? That's going to cast doubt on a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. And ideally, he wants to be in a scenario where he is surrounded by talent and playing for a contender and is already the starter. But that doesn't exist. That team does not exist. And so, if you want to play for a team that's a contender, it's similar to the Andy Dalton signing where, you're essentially signing, hoping things work out in your favor. And if they do, terrific. If not, there's always next year and you can try again. It's not like he needs to sign a multi-year deal. I would actually, if I was his agent, I'd discourage it because, I think he's an enormous talent and, you kind of want to bet on yourself if you're him. That was
another thing though that he said. He said that he wasn't going to sign a 1-year deal. He wanted multi-year. Yeah. So I mean, it's like he's came out and he said a lot of things that kind of like. Yeah, he's came out and said a lot of things at the wrong time. You know what I mean? If he would have said,
"Oh my God,
puppy,"
he is a big boy now.
Is a fluffy
He's
dog.
6 pounds. He's being a pain in the butt.
Last time I saw him, he was like this big.
I know. He's pretty massive now. Let's show him how big you are.
Wait. I got a question for him. Jax, if you're Cam Newton's agent, where are you looking to sign him? What's a team you think would be good?
He said, Uncle Dean, I don't know anything about Cam Newton. I'm just a baby.
Come on. But it's like, you know what I mean? We talked about like Cam going to a team and being a backup to like a veteran quarterback, but in reality, it's like he's been in the league for 6 years now? 6 years or something? 5-6 years?
If I'm Cam Newton, I'm not signing a role to be a backup quarterback.
But I'm saying, like, if he wanted to, and we said, like, it would be good, then what are you going to have him do? Hold out till, like, hope for injury, I guess? Like, as bad as that sounds?
Yeah, that's what I would have him do. And the reason is because we're not talking about a quarterback that, is looking to prove himself. We're talking about a quarterback that's recovering from an injury that needs to prove that he's healthy. So I'm not having him go out and sign a backup role to, have to come in and prove it for a team, that may or may not be in the right situation. I would look, as, midway, maybe first few weeks of the season after some of the quarterbacks start to fall off, then look for him to come in then. And then it still might end up being a backup role, but at least he has the opportunity to come in and produce.
Yeah. All right.
He's definitely got a lot of things to weigh right now, and he's got to make him and his agent really got to come together and make this smart move because this is a big off season for his career going forward.
Because let's be real. I mean, if the Giants, no, not the Giants, if the Bengals lose Joe Burrow, week 4, they're not going out and signing a Cam Newton. Like, they don't need to. They have their quarterback of the future. They just lost out on their quarterback having the opportunity. But if a team like the Texans loses Deshaun Watson week 4 with a roster that needs to contend for the playoffs, they're going to be looking to go out and sign a quarterback like Cam Newton. So, I mean, it's tough. I don't know where you could sign as a backup there wouldn't be a conversation of should he be the starter. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as you sign Cam Newton, it becomes a quarterback controversy. I mean,
there's so many ways that they can handle it though. Like you just don't know. There's no crystal ball that'll tell you, specifically the best route to go. And I think for him, it's ultimately, I think needs to be a gut feeling where, whether or not he truly believes that there's going to be a starting gig at some point. Me personally, if I'm him, I'm taking the backup role with a good team, and just, hoping things shake out in my favor. Because I don't really see that scenario popping up,
When I look at like the teams in the NFL, like the Bills, the Dolphins, the Patriots, the Jets, like everyone in that division has kind of got their quarterback of the future. They're either in contention or they're not in contention. The Patriots.
I don't know what the I mean, the Jets could be a spot like Sam Darnold, really.
I mean, we still haven't seen a whole season out of Sam Darnold.
Yeah, that's true. But the things that we have seen haven't been great.
I mean,
that's a team that always makes mistakes.
I mean, last year he had a low QBR, but I mean, again, you're not going to go out and sign a Cam Newton if you don't have a good offensive line, and you don't go out and sign a Cam Newton if you don't have a good offensive line, and you don't have good options for him to throw to. Sam Darnold still has yet to have a number one option at wide receiver.
Yeah.
So, like, Cam Newton's not going to come in there and be like, all right, we're going to stay in contention. And that's kind of what I mean is, like, honestly, the one team that's not getting talked about for Cam Newton that I feel like needs to be is the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, Big Ben is always in some sort of issue with injuries. He's getting up there in age. They still have a good offense. One player, you know, piece that might help put them that plays similar to what Big Ben does is Cam Newton. So, I mean, if the Steelers come calling and, you know, they want him to be a backup to Ben Roethlisberger, it's still going to bring in a quarterback controversy because at this point in time, barring injury, Cam Newton's a better quarterback than Ben Roethlisberger. And that's the situation that you're going to run into, but all of maybe like 5 or 6 teams, you know. Obviously, like Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, like those dudes, Deshaun Watson, they're some of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Every other team in the NFL, like there's an argument for Aaron Rodgers, sorry. But every other team, like there's an argument that Cam Newton would be a better option.
Yeah.
So it's just tough to say where it's like I think the Steelers should be the overwhelming favorite at this point to land him.
Yeah. And like to this point, it doesn't make any sense why they're not the overwhelming favorite. You know what I mean? Like if I were them after the draft, that probably would have been the first phone call I'm making.
Yeah.
But again, like you said, up until this point, I didn't even realize Cam Newton wasn't willing to take a backup role.
I think just after the draft, you saw how many quarterbacks were taken. Looks like, you know, obviously there's 3 or 4. You even got somebody like, I'm drawing a blank, the Packers trading up in the draft, you know, drafting a quarterback. You know, it's just hard to get a starting gig out there right now.
Yeah. And like Jalen Hurts got drafted in the second round for the Eagles. So it's like, you know, push comes to shove, who's getting the opportunity? Probably Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. And you saw last year that I felt like the Steelers' season was derailed by Big Ben going down early in the season last year.
Yeah, and it didn't have
to. They just never were able to shake it. You lose your quarterback for the season, you see it every time.
Yeah, when you're starting your third string, you know.
Yeah. I mean, Cam Newton, and I feel like we can all agree on this, like Cam Newton is better than half of the starting quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah.
And among those, you have to think about quarterbacks that have rookie quarterbacks or second-year quarterbacks or quarterbacks still on rookie contracts. You know, the Baker Mayfields, the Kyler Murrays, the Josh Allens. Like Cam Newton's a better quarterback than them, but they're still, you know, molding into their new environment. We still haven't seen the best of them to this point. So if, you know, you can basically rule out all those teams because if you sign Cam Newton, you're basically saying from this point on, you're done with that quarterback. I mean, the fact that the Bears went out and signed Nick Foles, I mean, you can't bring in Cam Newton at this point. You can't afford him. The Raiders, I mean, they had Derek Carr. They go out and sign Marcus Mariota. I mean, maybe if they know that Cam Newton's not going to take a backup role, that they might have rethought those signings. Because, like I said, Cam Newton comes in there and there's a quarterback controversy week 1. You know, if Derek Carr goes out there and he's taking snaps for the Raiders, Raider Nation's wondering why Cam Newton's not out there.
Yeah.
So I think the Raiders screwed up by signing Mariota because I think Cam could have been.
Yeah, absolutely. And same thing with the Bears going out and trading for Nick Foles. I mean, Andy Dalton hit, you know, free agency because he was released, and it's like you had players out there, or teams out there rushing to sign Mariota and trading for Nick Foles, and it's like, for what? Like, It was the off season of quarterbacks. We had some of the biggest names hitting the market, and the first few off the board were basically backup quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. I think we can all agree that I would put Cam over Foles and Mariota without a doubt.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll have to see too when the season starts as well if he doesn't sign. I mean, quarterbacks that are kind of on the hot seat, like your Wentz, your Goff, your Garoppolo. Obviously, Jimmy Garoppolo got them to a Super Bowl last year, but if he still doesn't show that progression, I mean, some of these teams have good enough rosters to be Super Bowl, division contenders, and they might want to switch things up a little bit. I've loved what the Redskins have done in their off seasons. Loved what the Broncos did in their off season. They seem to be pretty set on Drew Lock, but if he comes out this year and throws a dud, I mean, maybe the Cam Newton's somebody they look at.
Yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. But yeah, interesting time for him.
That'd be interesting having him, because that's who he lost to in the Super Bowl. He ends up going full circle and goes to the other team.
Yeah.
Pulls a Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Can't beat him, join him.
I wanted to bring up this Earl Thomas story. This was just wild. Like, this is the craziest thing ever. I don't know if it was like his girlfriend. People are saying it was his wife. Some are saying it's like it was his baby mama or something like that. But basically, they had a fight or something. He ran off. She somehow like hacked into his Snapchat, saw his location, showed up there with a gun, and him and his brother were having like an orgy with like 4 girls. Which is like crazy to think about just in itself. You know what I mean? Like with your brother, like that's extreme.
Even if you wasn't in a relationship, that would be weird. Like
anytime it's weird.
That's what I'm saying. Like even if he wasn't, it'd still be weird.
Yeah. So then,
I heard it was she rushes in. That helps at all.
Oh, okay, maybe it's whatever. So then she rushes in with the gun, puts the gun to his head. She says that the gun isn't loaded. There's no clip in the gun, but there was one in the chamber. So, I mean, if she just pulls that trigger even to fuck with him, he's dead. You know what I mean? Like, you always got to check for that one in the chamber. And then on top of that, he comes out with that Instagram Live video of him being like, I'm getting out in front of it. I know it's a little bit crazy, but shit happens. Like, well, I'm just trying to live my best life. Sometimes it goes awry. You're like, what kind of response is that? Like, what response is like, I'm just living my best life. Shit happens. What? I don't know. I just thought this story was absolutely crazy. And then one of the girls that was there takes out her phone and she starts recording everything that's going on. Like, how is that a time to record? Like, if somebody has a gun, I'm not touching my phone. Like, unless I'm hiding in it.
Now everyone knows you're a hoe too. Everyone knows you're a hoe too, right?
Yeah, like you were there. Right. Yeah.
You're like,
what you're down for?
Yeah. Oh man. I didn't know that part. I heard he was held at gunpoint, but I didn't click on the article. I was like, I'm good. I've seen too many of these articles in my time.
Ryan, you just read it. What did you just see?
This dude was having an orgy with his brother. Like, that's incest.
Yeah. It's freaking...
Like that, I mean, that's just, that's weird.
I think that's the weirdest part
of
the story. To me, that's the part that's like the biggest shock, because otherwise it's like, all right, well,
maybe we just all have like a different mentality, but there's people out there being like, it's not that weird. Like, I don't think that's that weird.
No.
Like, I think any kind of orgy would be weird. That would be uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean,
I want to be the only naked male dude in the room. That's all.
I'm not.
I don't feel like I should be wrong for that.
Murder or anything like that, but like I feel like I get why his wife was upset. Like,
yeah. Oh, really? Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing to find out that your husband is having an affair with somebody else, but then if you go out and find that he's having an affair with a plethora of people and his brother's involved, it's a lot to handle. That's
I feel like that's the big difference, right? Is like being like, oh, he had an affair. Like, yeah, that's one thing. But to be like, oh, he was in an orgy, that's like just that word alone holds so much more weight. Like, it's so much weirder.
They probably could have got a lot more clicks if they would have used that in their headlines.
I don't know.
I feel like
Thomas almost murdered an orgy. Like, what?
No, the headline I saw was his wife holds him at gunpoint, and I'm like, all right, dude, I don't.
They held the orgy part for the actual article.
Yeah, I was like, oh, like girls are crazy, man. Like, whatever. Who cares?
If it would have said, oh, orgy, Brandon would have been like, click.
You would have had more clicks. More clicks if it said Earl Thomas has orgy with his brother. You'd be like, wait, what the fuck is this? You know, that's a weird headline. That's like, I gotta know what's going on.
There's so much weird going on. And then they were saying that the Ravens are trying to find out if he's in breach of his contract, and it's like, if he's not, I mean, maybe you guys need to rethink how you write these.
Well, what would the breach be? In a fair?
Depends on what's in the contract.
Like, and no orgy clause would be that'd be, you know what I mean?
And NFL players, you never know. Here, let me see if I can find it real quick.
I'm sure they could have like a thing where it's like, you know, if any legal action is held against you, which even then, I guess there's nothing that he technically did wrong other than
he didn't get arrested.
Other than his wife getting a divorce or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not like he was like.
If there's any team that's going to have that kind of clause, it's not going to be the Ravens. The Ravens had a murderer on their team, and now they have a statue of him.
Yeah, was that right?
They're saying it's because he's owed $10 million this year. So it says, this is directly from Pro Football Talk, but it says, a team official speaking to the Sun on condition of... Sorry, my phone went blank. Thomas strayed from the team concept in that he struggled to grasp it. Oh, well, what the fuck? No, that's not it.
I was going to say, you paused at like the worst, like the biggest cliffhanger.
But the breach of contract is he didn't include a teammate.
The owner wanted to be involved.
It's more or less that he was at. Basically, what they're
we
saying
said no brothers, but you could have included me in on this.
What is it, Ryan? What are you saying?
Hold on a second. Like a breach of anonymity, basically. That he was at differences with his team last year. And they said, without studying the precise language of the contract, it's hard to envision a set of facts that would allow the team to avoid the $10 million contract payment for 2020. Thomas wasn't arrested or charged, and he won't miss any mandatory activity due to the incident. That said, as it appears, Thomas failed to disclose the incident to the team when it occurred. That could potentially fall within the scope of the language, but that's all hearsay.
Yeah, I mean, how long does he have? You know, it happened yesterday. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, like it would be very dependent on the language of the contract, which is only there for the agent and the player and the team.
Mm-hmm. Regardless, it's a wild story. Our last little bit, Major League Baseball. Sounds like they're really pushing for this plan to come back. Now it's seeming like the new proposal is teams can play in their home stadiums with no fans. It sounds like we're not just going to the training camps. So I guess it's a little bit of progress. And I'm all for, I'm fine. I think we've all said it before. I'm fine with watching sports with no fans. like watching a baseball game with no fans. I got no problem with that.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they're really pushing for it, and it sounds like they're doing everything they can, which is exciting.
Well, last I heard, they were trying to put together a proposal where they were going to start spring training, the spring training, I think 6 or 8 weeks from now, mid-June. I think June 10th is last I heard. And then they were going to start up the regular season early July. So I think it'd be pretty cool if they did like a 4th of July opening day type thing. I think that would be sweet. But, let's not get too excited.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even need a special day. Hell, make it a Tuesday in June. You know what I mean? Get it, the sooner the better.
I'll be excited just to watch spring training games, to be honest, at this point.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I feel like the biggest question is just like, if they start sports up again and for some reason one of the players or an umpire, media person, whatever, gets COVID again, like, is it a shutdown of the season? Is it you know what I mean? Is it a suspension of that? Like,
in addition to that, you're looking at like potential legal action against the league too from some of these players, because you're essentially consciously making a decision to put these players' health at risk. So like I think that's the only reason why this isn't further along than it already is. There's just so many like layers to it, and that you want to keep everyone happy. You want it to be profitable for everyone, but at the same time, you're like trying to respect the players, and it almost needs to be unanimous. Like you pretty much need everybody in agreement on it, and otherwise you're essentially forcing players to. I guess you could just have a season where if players don't want to play, they can legally still stay on the team, but they're not in breach of their contract that just would roll over to the next year, I guess, or I don't know. There's like things like that they have to sort out.
Yeah.
I would say that it needs to be unanimously voted on by every organization. And within those organizations, they need to be taking into consideration how the players feel about it.
Yeah.
Well, we said beforehand, you were thinking baseball was going to come back first, but I'm changing my answer. It's going to be the NFL, because if there's one league that doesn't care about their player safety, it's the NFL. So they'll 100% be willing to come back first. I'm surprised they don't want to start their season. I'm surprised they're not starting their season early, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
We're going to have a 32-week season, guys.
You know what? We're bumping it up. We're gonna have the Super Bowl on Christmas Day.
Well, shit. I mean, college football. Like, there's no way that's getting delayed. Those schools aren't going to take that financial hit.
Dude, that's actually been in conversation, because a lot of the schools are saying no, and then like a lot of these like Big Ten schools are like all for it, and so they're like, if a team doesn't want to play, then they shouldn't play. But that shouldn't restrict the rest of us.
I read that too. I was like, what? What is that? Like, that's so messed up.
Yeah. Dude, look, I just saw this thing. Earl Thomas thanks his wife for iced out chain. B-Day gift after domestic violence incident. So I guess she bought him like a super blinked out necklace.
That's great. Oh my gosh.
That's how you mend things. You just get them.
Sarah, hold me at gunpoint. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, hopefully Major League Baseball can figure it out. We can get some kind of sport back. It sounds like the UFC is going to try to do something too. NASCAR's coming back. I mean, I've never.
I think UFC's this weekend, isn't it?
It might be. Yeah. I don't know if they've signed everybody onto their card. I know they're having a lot of issues with that, like for fighters to sign, and they're trying to scramble some names around. So we'll see.
Supposed to be coming back to some degree.
Yeah, golf's supposed to come back. So.
Well, they already opened up a lot of the golf courses too. I know.
Mm-hmm.
One of the my coworker, his fiance actually is like a bartender at one of like the the clubs or whatever, and like they have it set up now. You're not even like you can't pull the flag or anything like that. Like they're making
you can't pull the flag. They took away all the ball cleaners. You can't have a cart unless you're 55 and up, and you have to have one cart per person.
Damn. Did you hear that Jordan Spieth thing? Because they have so the new pins, like you said, you can't pull the pins, so they put these. I guess it's like a metal plate in there, so when you like want to get your ball out, you just lift this thing. Yeah, you use your club to get it out, and I guess Jordan Spieth hit a hole-in-one, but it hit inside the cup in that metal plate, and then it bounced out and went into the water.
Is there a video to confirm that?
I just read the story. I didn't watch the video. But, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to not believe a pro golfer, like somebody that's hitting multiple hole-in-ones, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for it to bounce out of that would suck.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a hole-in-one.
But, all right, everybody. Yeah. A par 4.
Just like
Happy with the driver. You're ridiculous. All right, everybody. We are the Three Amigos and a Podcast. Couple weeks, episode 100. So we'll do something fun between the three of us. All right, guys. Sure. We'll see you next week.
No, we could record it at your house and just keep all the fans on the other side of the glass.
There we go.
Social distancing in front of a live studio audience. You're the one who has to deal with legal action, though, because it's your house.
I'll accept it.
That's fine. All right.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week.
All right. Later.
Later.